SMT Nation, we back. Nation, big news out of Verizon, and, no surprise, honestly. I can't say that I am. I don't think you are either. But they are laying off more folks, axing more jobs, and there are reasons for this. I will discuss those here today and highlight kind of what's going on in telco, fresh off the video I just did about T-Mobile and how they hit their free cash flow mark this quarter and projecting forward to next quarter. I said in that video, T-Mobile cutting jobs to hit their free cash flow numbers, Q3 and Q4, is not unique to T-Mobile. It is a telco thing. It is a corporate thing. It is a investor shareholder thing. All right, I will be linking this article for you. It'll be in the description as I give you guys my commentary based on this article. All right, ways to support us in the description as well. You guys want to get a good deal on your wireless services, you want to support us directly with a coffee, anything you could do to help out the channel, there are ways. They're down in the description. All right, so quietly, Verizon has axed another 6,600 jobs so far this year. Now, here's the thing, guys. So far. Doesn't rule out the possibility that more could be coming. And, of course, AT&T has been laying people off for eons. They historically do this with regularity, quarterly, annually, right? Verizon has had a little bit of religion in regards to this for a while, but it looks like that is kind of going by the wayside. And T-Mobile, they've just been a different company since 2020. They've laid off 15, 20,000 people since 2020. But anyways, how are the carriers doing with respect to their leadership? I don't know. Hans Vestberg makes $20 million annually, and that's not including any type of bonuses. That's just base salary. Stanky makes even more. He's like $23 million before any type of bonuses or marks or anything like that. I don't see those guys taking pay cuts. What the hell have they done that's been so good for their companies? Accrue debt, build more debt, become less profitable, waste money on media assets. I don't know. I mean, same thing with T-Mobile's executives. Same shit. They're all the same, right? But no doubt, they will not fire themselves. They will not lay off themselves. They will lay off others. Even though if they take a pay cut, I don't know, shave 10 or 15% off because they suck at what they do or whatever you want to phrase it, they could probably save tens of thousands of jobs if they just take a pay cut. But they won't because they're greedy bastards. Hashtag greedy bastards. Anyways, this is how they hit their marks. This is how they reward investors and shareholders. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? These are publicly traded companies who rely on the investor to infuse cash into their companies. And they are rewarded with dividend payments. AT&T's dividend historically 6-7%. Verizon 6-8% now. Right? T-Mobile even now is paying a dividend. And these companies traditionally have done share buybacks. Right? Those corporate spendings, they got to come from somewhere. And they're to reward a certain person. And it ain't the employees. So while these networks are built off the backs of these employees and these retail operations, the employees, and these customer care agents, employees, right? The ones that are making $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year, $80,000 a year, $100,000 a year that are laid off through these hard times, quote unquote, hard times. Really what it is, it's investor pressure times is really what it is. See, the carriers can't show increased free cash flow without laying off 10,000 employees. That's what this boils down to, right? So you will continue to see shit like this. Verizon has axed another 6,600 jobs this year, right? AT&T is going to do more. T-Mobile's going to do more. I'm telling you guys, they will continue to lay people off. They will continue to lay off. They have no religion in this. They will lay off until something breaks. And then they'll rehire, 2% of the workforce just to try to see where they can end up. And I don't need to protect these guys. These are billion-dollar corporations. What the hell am I doing? I'm not scared of them. And I'm not scared to say and call it like it is. And I'm sure there'll be a couple of corporate shills who are coming here and say something. Just like there are also some freedom-fighting shills who say, corporate greed and blah, blah, blah. No. There is a way to have religion when it comes to financials and have religion when it comes to hiring and keeping employees. When these companies overextend themselves and don't properly manage their companies, and then they do this as their resort, that's really what it is. These companies have not operated in a lean fashion for a long time, right? These companies have needed people to do all the things to make the money for the company, the revenues, the free cash flow. And then when those people are perceived to be expendable, they do it, you know? And I'm not going to sit here and protect any of them. They're all the same, right? And good for you if you're a Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T investor and you've reaped the rewards. You know, you're just doing what's best for your pocket. And I'm not judging anybody. I come here to call a spade a spade. Expect more layoffs, folks. The economy is not picking up, right? There are challenges and cracks within the economy that have built up over the last 3 years, maybe 4 or 5 years, actually. So as these debts compile, and as you know, the debts have this maturity time frame to them, payments got to be made and debts got to be paid down. They will do shit like this. Tell me what you guys think of this. Which company do you think is most guilty of this, the worst at this, and most guilty of this? Love to hear what you have to say on this. Well, the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.